The Metroid Zero Mission commentary shall now recommence.
Loading. That just comes up.
Actually, James, you don't have the authorization to continue this commentary, so we're gonna have to stop for today.
Oh, fuck off, Adam.
Screw you, Adam.
You're not the boss of me. I quit the Galactic Federation years ago.
I'm gonna have to do that game. I know I am.
Yeah, because I don't got a Wii U anymore to play it, so...
And I own the game legitimately, too. Like, I own the physical copy.
Hey, so long as you paid a pretty penny for it, no one's gonna judge.
I got it for like $15 at GameStop a long time ago because I was gonna play it, and it's been like I think 5 years now. I've never touched it, but
funny, I actually got my copy for $10.
Excuse me.
Well.
Oh
but
yeah,
yeah,
I there too. Still.
Yeah, he's back. I actually wasn't asked. I'm so sorry we didn't even ask that in the frickin' previous part. So, what sort of experience or exposure do you have with Metroid?
The only exposure I have is
I'm sorry, did you say exposure?
No.
He said exposure.
And someone say, Mom!
No, I was asking Celie that. It sounded like she said exposure.
No.
No, I didn't.
You sure?
Maybe.
Are you sure you're not Samus in disguise? Do you really want to blow up this planet that badly?
Okay.
Not the puppies.
Post editing, go back and see if I said it, and if I did, just play it.
Oh,
Fair enough.
Okay. But
honestly, though, it won't change the fact that I thought you said explosion. And honestly, it would make perfect sense in a game like this.
too much water.
But anyway, the only exposure I had
What
was.
the hell?
Wait.
What?
This ain't right.
Wait, what the hell is this?
It's a thingamajig that is not compatible with our current suit, unfortunately.
Oh, so we have to get a suit upgrade.
But in grabbing it, these random blocks start glowing, and now we can shoot them. So there's that benefit.
No. Also, to quickly catch you up in the upper right, if we ever enter a room and there's a big circle, that's our cue that there's an item we can obtain in the same room.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. If it's a dot, though, that means you got everything.
Yeah. So that's like for most gamers, that was our main way of knowing. Okay, is there something which helps because it saves a lot of time, that you normally would have spent just wandering around, banging your head against every wall.
Let's be to Super Metroid for adding a map feature in the first place.
I never did finish what I was going to say.
Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
your exposure.
The first Metroid Prime, and I didn't even play all that much because I got stuck.
Aw, where'd you get stuck at?
The escape sequence.
Ah!
Whoa.
Well, fuck, I'm trapped.
The escape sequence. That's like 10 minutes in.
I know.
Seriously,
I
Sippy?
suck.
Or did the game really bore you that badly?
Well, what it was is that I gave it to her because I was thinking like, okay, if there was ever going to be
This is new.
power grip,
We can now grab onto ledges.
we couldn't do that before.
Nope, this is something that doesn't come naturally, son.
All right. Oh yeah, that was back in Fusion.
Which is weird.
We could do it in Fusion, but again, granted, we have to. Whoa.
What the?
And they say Rayman was an idiot for not knowing how to grip onto ledges naturally.
Which I mean, I guess I'll give it a pass considering this is supposed to be Samus's first ever mission, and thus
Her so-called Zero mission.
Thus, the mission where she got most of her obtained abilities before she keeps losing them every. Make a cloud backup or something. Stop losing all your stuff.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this was around the time when cloud saves were a thing.
They should have used Samus for the freaking demonstration of cloud backups and not Luigi. She's just like, again!
Yeah, really.
Honestly, that would have been kind of hilarious. Oh, look at that, our ship.
I keep forgetting. What is the name of our ship?
Samus the Starship.
I've always called it just Samus's ship, but I feel like it should have a name like the Halberd or something.
That's the only name we know by, Samus the Starship. That's how it was called in Melee.
Okay. Sorry. Anyway,
And here's something and pay attention here what I'm about to do.
All right. Oh.
you're charging.
We literally had to get up here by power gripping, and this is technically the way Samus came just to get inside Brinstar in the first place.
You're right.
Wow.
Because the game starts by taking this elevator or somewhere.
A different elevator, but it's still a similar one all the same. It's just, how the hell did she even get down here in the first place? She just get caved in, and by miraculous luck, she found the morph ball like to her right of the room.
Yeah, but yeah, so sorry, to catch up with Celie, is that, like, I gave it to her because I know that she hadn't had a lot of experience with first-person shooters, and I thought Metroid Prime was a good, like, starter, like, You don't have to worry about ammunition. You don't have to worry about like aiming per se because you have the lock on with the GameCube controllers. I thought it'd be a good like starter first-person shooter game.
And then she stops right after the space facility blows up.
Granted, it's also granted. I will give credit to the fact that this game you have to deal with. In that game, you have to deal with multiple visors and platforming at the same time.
Yeah, it's pretty technical. I mean, right down to the exploration. Like, I mean, it's kind of one of my reasons why I kind of prefer the 2D games, just because considering the fact that the 2D games, like, you're just moving from left to right, that's all you really need to worry about. Like, it's a little more easy to read than, say, like, the 3D maps in Metroid Prime. Like, hell, look at the map itself. It's like, it's kind of like looking at a mall map and just see that dot that says, "You are here." How does it know?
Yeah. I will admit, there have been at least one or two times where I look at the map and I can't tell which direction because when you highlight a room, it's all the same color. It does not add any shading depth. So there have been times where I'm like, wait, am I looking at the back of this or the front of this room? That happened once or twice to me, and I will admit the 2D having that indicator of is there something in the room is helpful. Metroid Prime does not do that,
which is kind of a shame.
You think it'd be easy to do?
Yeah, I mean, you just add in a whole bunch of giant circles or something. Just
or on the map.
Maybe the diehards would just complain that just makes the games too easy.
Well, that's why people don't like 2, because 2 gave you a sound visor that literally lets you see where things were sometimes. But
which is funny because doesn't that game get flack anyway for how much backtracking it has?
Yeah, it does. Because you have different versions, it becomes. They gave you half the areas just by giving you multiple things. Oh snap! We already got this.
That did not take long at all. We already got our ice beam.
If you
know what you're doing, folks, this game is incredibly fucking short.
This is supposedly First off, this is supposedly one of the most powerful items in the game already.
Something like that, yeah.
The ice beam is awesome because you can do this.
Wow.
Yeah. You have to make your own platforms.
I was frozen today.
But,
yeah, what was that?
Yeah, bubbly things. This game was heavily inspired by the works of H.R. Geiger and the Alien franchise.
I mean, hell, one of Samus's most formidable adversaries, Ridley, is named after Ridley Scott.
Yep.
And Samus herself is pretty much
Ripley.
Pseudo-inspired by Ripley.
Oh, yeah. Oh, gosh, lava. Lava will hurt us still. Not insta-death, but it can hurt.
You don't say.
Our suit's kind of small beans for now, but we will get power-ups later that'll even make lava negligible.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at these two things, I'm thinking of them as Samus's mama and daddy. In the background.
Mom and dad during a LARP session.
Oh boy, boss session. But and to catch Celia up on the lore, the whole thing, if you've never fully been super aware, Samus was orphaned after her parents were killed by the dreaded space pirate Ridley. How a beast like Ridley actually runs, that's the thing, whenever we talk about space pirates, I could never see Ridley as being the organizer of a mob. I could never picture Ridley at a desk.
I imagine it's kind of more like a pack of animals and he's the alpha male.
That made more sense to me. Okay.
Kind of, yeah. It's just they always treat him as the mythos always treats him as this very cunning, very formidable threat, even though on the surface level he just looks like a very, very angry space pterodactyl.
Well, that's the thing, yeah, he's a monster, I guess. But yeah, so anyway,
and then the fans sometimes just twist it and make him all passive aggressive.
Oh, Sammy. Oh gosh, too hot.
Ow, ow, ow!
Ah, wow.
Too hot for me.
Oh, too hot for you, Sammy? Oh gosh, it wouldn't have been too hot for you if you asked me.
Shut
what?
the fuck up, Ridley. I don't need this right now.
What the hell
Sorry,
did you say?
I was saying maybe it would have been too hot for you if you asked me for help. I could have helped you through that lava room. Me too.
I thought I heard my name in that for some reason.
No, I was saying Sammy. Aha.
Well, that's a completely
That's what
different interpretation of Ridley.
Yes, it is. Anyway, sorry. So back up. Sorry. So back to the lore is that I don't know what her parents were doing, or if it was just pure misfortune that.
All I know is that they were all part of the colony on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ridley came and attacked and killed them.
And in the aftermath, Samus was taken in by the Chozo, basically space birds.
and
Philosophical space birds, to be sure, but
they're like, yeah, they have their own religion. They have their own technology that is actually far superior to anything that we have. The suit that she's using right now is supposedly designed and crafted by them.
and everything that we find throughout our adventures, sirs, are made by the Chozo.
And they were,
Oh, okay.
which always to me seemed odd.
Even all the repeat power-ups we get throughout the course of the series.
Which always seemed odd to me because it's like, it always felt to me like the Chozo were beings of peace, yet they made all these weapons and laser beams and...
Dr. Light would like to have a word with you, Logan.
Fair enough. So, yes, and that's pretty much where the lore's been now, and I don't know, was this the first game to ever have her encounter a Metroid?
No.
Yes.
Oh, never mind.
Wait,
What?
yeah, it is. This is technically Samus's very first adventure, her Zero mission.
And thus was the first. She used to be a bounty hunter until now, and now she's coming here because she was and because she was given a task to eradicate the Metroid life forms, which are a series of aliens that, of course, are
They're basically like
series.
they're basically parasitic jellyfish.
Yes.
They're bioweapons in the shape of jellyfish that suck on their prey for all their life juices, and then leave them as a husk.
And they're also very formidable. Like, they are very strong against most conventional weapons, which is why.
Oh yeah, no, dude. Have you seen how ruthless those fuckers are in Smash Brothers?
Yeah.
Which is why Chozo technology is the main way to go with stopping them. Which is why they've called in.
Well, I hope so.
Samus.
They were the ones responsible for making the Metroids.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the Chozo were the Metroids are bioweapons that were made by the Chozo.
I didn't know that.
Wow.
I know it was something that was, I think, made into canon not too long ago, but basically they were created by the Chozo as a means to fight off a certain type of parasite that we actually won't even learn about until Fusion.
Yeah, but that is.
You guys probably know what I'm talking about, but I'm just gonna
Yeah.
say nothing else of this for the sake of suspense.
But that is interesting. I learned something new today. Goodness me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's about the lore, and we're just here doing our usual shtick. And oh yeah, speaking of other Samus-like things that I love, what the hell was that thing? I saw a grinning face going. Oh boy.
I like the look of that power suit.
Also, the music's great in this game. I think they did a really good job of remastering the NES soundtrack.
Oh yeah, Metroid Zero Mission is one of the few examples I can point to where there's these people that are like, the Game Boy Advance sound card has not aged it well at all. It's like, fuckers, have you not heard this soundtrack? Like, seriously, this is really good stuff.
So nice. It was games like this that were so cool to see from Nintendo back in the day, and even now, just because they're such a diverse company with different genres. They have one. People will say that, and I'll agree. People will say that they really been only re-releasing the same like 6 games every time. But the idea is that, if you look at those games, they basically have a game that, one game at least that covers each genre per game.
Yeah, I mean they got their expansive action adventure games. They got their RPGs. They got their 2D platformers. All 5 or so of them.
They got their racers.
That to this day is still neglected.
I was talking about Mario.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Not that one, but different one.
That's fair. And they also got their dog fighters.
I was gonna say, people would argue that it's because of Mario Kart that series has been so neglected, because there's just like, well, let's think about it. People we know people would buy a Mario Kart game, and we don't know if everyone would buy a F-Zero game.
Yeah, like, I mean, I know, like, there's a lot of people that really want that franchise to come back, and I would like to see that too, but same people have to understand that game's kind of an acquired taste. Kind of like in a similar vein now, Metroid is sort of an acquired taste, depending on whether you're playing the 2D stuff or Prime.
That did it.
Yeah, that was annoying at all.
Those buggy-eyed buggers.
Also, you're lucky you only have to do 1 missile, not 5.
Yeah, seriously, that was a change made for the better.
And now these rails are powered on for another energy tank.
Yeah, that thing pretty much charged up this entire portion of Zebus.
Oh wait, they only give you 5 energy tanks in the game?
Actually, no, they give you more than that.
I was gonna say, I'm looking there. I'm like, that does not look promising for the rest of this game. If you gotta.
Well, Logan, looks can be deceiving, but that's a topic for another story. Stay tuned as we go through the rest of the layer of Kraid.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Actually, we're not authorized to end, so we have to keep recording.
Damn it.